So what's the difference between work, job, and career? In this video, I'm going to share with you 18 confusing English nouns and explain the difference between them. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, so the difference between work, job, and career. Work is any activity that requires some effort. It can be either paid or unpaid. I'm doing some work in the garden. So gardening is an activity that requires effort and I'm not being paid for it. My boss has just called me to tell me I need to do some work at the weekend. So this time it's an activity that requires effort and I'm being paid for it. A job is a specific task or set of tasks that you do in exchange for money, and usually you have some kind of contract with your employer. I got a new job last week. A career is a structured path that you take, which is made up of different steps that you take to develop yourself professionally, to progress, to learn new things, and to become better at what you do. I really care about my career. I want to progress and learn new things. Now, fee and fine. A fee is the amount of money that you pay in exchange for a product or a service. They got some legal advice from a lawyer and the fee was £1,000. So that's how much they had to pay in exchange for the service, for the advice they got. A fine is money you have to pay because you broke the rules. I parked on a double yellow line. It's against the rules, so I had to pay a fine. Dish and plate. A dish is a container that you use to prepare or serve food. I have to do the dishes. So I have to wash the containers that I used to prepare and serve the food. But it can also mean a type of food, traditional French dishes. So that's types of French food. A plate is a flat thing that you serve food on. Dinner is served on a plate, but plate can also be used as part of the phrase small plates, which means a small dish at a restaurant. This restaurant serves small plates like tacos. Small dishes like tacos. Amount and number. What is the difference? Amount is for uncountable nouns. The amount of water. The amount of information. Number is for countable nouns. The number of people, the number of books, exception and exemption. An exception is something that doesn't follow a rule. My bins are collected on Mondays, but this week they were collected on Tuesday. It's an exception. It doesn't normally happen. Exemption means permission to not follow a rule. An exemption from tax, for example, means that you don't have to pay it. You can also be exempt from something, which means you don't have to follow a rule that everyone else is following. I'm exempt from buying a parking ticket today. I don't have to do it. Affect and effect. This is something that even native speakers get mixed up. Affect with an A is a verb. It means to have an impact on something or to influence it. Losing his job really affected his finances, so it had an impact on his finances. Effect is a noun. It's the consequence or the result of something. Caffeine doesn't have any effect on me when I drink it. So it doesn't have any consequence. I don't feel anything. Personal and personnel. They look very similar, but they're different and they're pronounced differently. Personal is an adjective. It means something that relates to someone's life or their individual matters. I like to keep my personal life separate from my work life. So my personal life is my private life. Personnel is a noun, and it means the people who work for an organization, the employees, the staff. The changes will affect all personnel. So they will affect all staff, everybody who works there. Now, practice and practice. This one is quite tricky because it's different in British English and in American English. In British English, they are very different. Practice with a C is a noun. For example, if you want to get good at English, you need a lot of practice. Practice with an S is a verb. So you need to practice speaking English a lot if you want to get good at it. Their pronunciation is the same. But in American English, you just use practice with a C, and it can be both a noun and a verb. So you need to practice a lot, and you need a lot of practice. Now, time for a quiz. The tuition, fee or fine for the course is reasonable. The tuition fee. The number or amount of students in the class is 25. Students are countable, so we need number. Students with good grades may receive an exception or an exemption from the final exam. They won't have to take it, so they may receive an exemption. My friend got a fine or a fee for parking in the wrong spot. A fine, which is the money you pay if you break the rules. The number or amount of sugar in the cake is crucial. Sugar is uncountable, so we need amount. The company is hiring new personnel or personnel. Personnel, which means new staff. How many did you get right? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!